Of these people to come out yesterday night and look for these guys. They didn't come out. And this morning they come the patrol. See that they work. Did they Mr. Busifitava?
After the attack,
I think from 9 and 9 minutes after 10, that was when we heard the gunshot. Like a massive gunshot, like fire for fire, between the bandit and the security men. Yes, and that lasted for about more than 2 hours. From that 10, basically from that time to 11 o'clock, then the tension now reduced, but we're still hearing the gunshot from afar. You understand?
yeah.
So that is it. In my area, there was open fire because my house is not just far from the prison, just 2 minute walk to the prison. Yes.
Some say that there were multiple bombs used to gain to force access into the place.
Multiple bombs. Bombs. I think partially yes, because we heard the explosion fall. I heard the explosion 3 times. 3 times, yes. I heard 3 times. There's a civil defense that we are all sure of that he was killed, and from what we heard from a reliable source, because one of the prison warder officers, he's my tenant. So he went there. He went there this morning. He went to the scene this morning, and he saw 4 dead bodies, and he and his friend, the civil defense officer, killed.
3 bandits and one.
No, 4 bandits.
4 bandits and one.
Yes, 1 security personnel, the civil defense.
Okay, but what is the atmosphere?
Though I'm not sure of the numbers. That's what we heard from somebody that saw it. Saw the dead bodies.
What is the atmosphere now? Is there any assurance that everything is under control around this place?
Well, that I can't tell. That's why we're here, looking at everything that is happening. As you can see, you can take your camera around.
This one is just like just like a commentary. Okay. So it's not this thing.
An attack here.
We'll give it.
And we would like to know what is the situation as we speak with regards to escapees. Are there casualties? Are there arrests? What is the situation? Numbers?
Well, we too had the attack before midnight. It started around 10:15 or 10:25. So, minus that, I think we are trying to see what we can do to ensure that all the escapees are brought back to the prison yard. And I think the prison is accommodating about 994 inmates, and escapee we have about 600 already inside now. And many people are recaptured and have been brought back to the prison. Maybe by the close of the day, more will have been captured and returned to prison. I think everything is under control. The people who came to do these activities, from the records, we believe that they belong to a particular group, and most likely they are Boko Harams, because we have sizable number of Boko Harams that are in detentions, and presently we could not locate any of them. All the number, I think there are about 64 that is in the prison, and none of them now is available. They have all escaped. 64. 64.
Any numbers with regards to rearrests?
That's still coming in.
Yes, we have recaptured so many. In fact,
Over 100.
the one I saw, there are over 200. And precisely the Controller General is saying 315 of them is already captured.
So the concern is that the level of intervention, according to some of your officers, came late. I don't know how do you respond to that? And there's also security report ahead of the attacks. How true is that? Nigerians want to know.
You always find reaction based on intelligence. If we give timely intelligence at the right time, I'm sure we'll react promptly. But when it's not coming at the time that you people would expect us to react, then you find that we are likely to have misinterpretation of what you think is quick, what is slow, and what is not slow. But I am sure, from what we discuss now, every force or security agent working for the Kuje Prison has participated in the best way possible to ensure that all the prisoners do not escape. And I think we are happy that many of them returned themselves. Many didn't go anywhere. Some cells, they couldn't open them. And that's why, some of them are now captured.
So we need your confirmation. They say they came with truck. They came here with truck and vehicles. Can you confirm that?
And were there reinforcement? Is there any casualty on the part of the security force?
There's only one casualty, I was told. And I think it's from the civil defense. And one is hospitalized. Otherwise, no death.
Were there reinforcements, sir?
There were. The brigade of guards were fully in charge. They came in force to reinforce the place, and that's why you find people moving on their normal activities.
The vehicles, the vehicles.
Thank you.
What is the ministry doing? This may be perhaps the first this year, but this has been going on for quite some time. And each time it happens, you never get to recover everybody. What is the ministry?
There have been several attacks on our facilities. Most of these attacks have been repelled. But every now and then there's one that they succeed in breaching. In this case, in this one, they came very, very determined. They came in with high explosives. The initial entry attempt was unsuccessful with a very high-grade explosive, but they couldn't break it. Then they attacked another section of the wall with even higher grade explosive, which brought the wall down. And the forces on ground did everything they could to repel them within the forces, but the numbers they came with was a very high number in which they were not able to defend against. But they kept on fighting gallantly. Unfortunately, the breach happened. The entire operation took just about 30 minutes. Reinforcements were called. Reinforcements got here towards when they were like halfway through it, and that actually served to limit the time which they operated here. They were repelled and they left following the repulsion. They were, at the time they came in, they killed one of the guards, a civil defense officer who died very bravely trying to save the situation.
So, can you have statistics of how many escapees, how many returned, and the facility here, how many inmates does it accommodate?
The inmates here, 994 is the population of inmates, and when they broke out with approximately, because these people came specifically, we understand they are Boko Haram, they came specifically for their co-conspirators, and but in order to get them, some of them are in general population, so they broke out, and other people in that general population escaped as well. but many of them have returned. They have reported themselves to the police. Some have returned. Some we have successfully retrieved from the bushes where they're hiding. And right now, at least we have retrieved about 300 out of about 600 that got out of the jail cells. And the retrieval is going on. We receive reports that there are still about 50, 60 that have been intercepted somewhere just a little outside town here. And you will have heard the helicopters hovering aboard overhead. They are locating the different locations where these people are. The military checkpoints and police checkpoints from here to Abaji, from here to Suleja, from here to town, everywhere, everybody is on high alert. And the inmates are being retrieved even as we speak.
Number of deaths?
One.
I mean, from the inmates, we learned about...
We don't know how many were killed among the attackers, but it's quite possible that they took their injured and other casualties with them. But on our side, just one death and about 3 injuries. Thank you. Dr. Shoaib Belgore, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Interior.